Hey Rain fam, how are you guys doing today? As you can see by the title, I am going to be talking about how to get your baby sleeping at just 10 weeks. So one of the things that I loved and I used every night for Ava was the baby Shusher. So I don't know if you guys have heard about this or not, but I used this, like I said, every single night with Ava. And at first, when I had Ava, I just found myself constantly like rocking her and patting her butt and saying shh, shh. So then when I was at Bye Bye Baby, just going through the aisles, I saw the baby Shusher and I looked at the box and I was reading what it does, and it basically just shushes. And this just did it for me, guys. Point blank, period. I thought to myself, instead of me being there shushing her to go to sleep, I might as well just have that, and then I can concentrate on cuddling with her and doing whatever else I had to do to try to get her to sleep. Sometimes it's hard when you're a mom. You've got a lot going on. You're rocking your child back and forth. I would be holding her head would be here, her body, like I would just be holding her body and cuddling with her and feeding, with this hand, feeding her milk because I didn't breastfeed for very long, but that's a different story. And I would be tapping her butt and just doing all of this, and at the same time just saying shh, shh. And this was just great because it basically just did that for me, and I could sing lullabies to her while this was going on in the background. So it was just great. So what's cool about it is it's super easy. I didn't even have to read any instructions. All you do is just push or rotate this top piece, just like that. And then the more you rotate it, the louder the volume gets. And it's just that easy. Even after I put Ava down on her crib, I would still keep this on and just keep it on top of the counter, and that would just soothe her to sleep. It was great. I love this thing. So it's called the Baby Shusher, the Sleep Miracle. Get it today, guys. The second gadget that I totally love, and I used with Ava up until she was 6 to 8 months old, is the Newsa Hero. Let me get up close for you guys. So this thing, guys, is great. The one that I have is the Hero SE Baby Movement Monitor. And basically what this does is this top blue part is a sensor. And what you do on the back, it has a clip. So you would put this clip on her diaper with the sensor facing her stomach, and the sensor senses her breathing patterns. If the sensor notices that the baby is no longer breathing, an alarm will go off really loud, so to let the parents know that your baby is no longer breathing. So how it works is when it stops sensing the baby's breathing, it will vibrate to see if it could wake up the baby, because sometimes it's just, the baby will just stop breathing for a little bit and then catch their breath. So it'll vibrate to kind of wake up the baby. If after a few seconds that does not work, the alarm starts to go off, and it goes off really loud. We tested it, and that will alert the parents that, you know, your baby's not breathing. And from there you could take whatever precautions you want to take, call an ambulance, 911, whatever the case is. But this was something that I really relied on because I had a huge fear of Ava just not breathing at night. I don't know why, till this day, I still have that fear. I put her in bed to sleep and I check her after a half hour or an hour every single night just to make sure that she's breathing, that she's okay. It's just a thing that I have. I don't know what it is, but I guess when I was pregnant, I heard a lot of horror stories of parents who just woke up in the morning and their baby was, I don't want to even say it, but yeah, this thing is great. So I would totally get it. I would recommend it. It's Newsa Hero SE. They have different models. Mine is just the SE version, but they have different models. I would go on their website and see which one you like the best and get it. So this is the third thing and the last thing, guys. I know, it's like, what, really? Only 3 things? But this, I saved the best for last. And what it is, you ready? Baby Wise. This book, guys, is a life saver, a life changer, the holy grail of motherhood. So what I would do and what I would recommend is reading it before you have your baby. That way you're prepared, because this book literally walks you through from newborn stage until, I don't even remember what age it goes until, to be honest. The book at first seems like it's a run-of-the-mill type of mommy book, one that you see all the time in bookstores that really doesn't help you. And then you get to chapter 5. Chapter 5 will change your life, literally. I'm completely serious. Chapter 5 is managing your baby's day. And this, guys, is basically a baby schedule. A schedule for your baby. And I will go through a chapter with you guys so you guys kind of get the gist. So what the book does is it'll take you on a week by week or a bi-weekly basis of what your child's schedules should be. On page 89, it says sample schedule weeks 1 through 2. So that's basically the first and second week of your newborn's life. And it'll have what the schedule is. So in the morning at 7 a.m., feed, change diaper, hygiene care, wake time. So wake time means the time they're awake and you're playing with them. It's going to be very minimal at that age because infants like to sleep. And then down for a nap. Mid-morning, 9:30, feeding, diaper, blah, 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 and it goes on. So basically it's a feeding schedule, a nap time, a wake time, a full schedule for your child. And when I tell you this works, it works, guys. My coworker gave this to me before I had Ava, and I was like, a book, should I read it? But I've heard great things about this book, and everyone that I spoke to about this book says that it works. So trust me when I say it works. If you follow it to the T, it'll work. If you don't follow it, then that's where it starts to get a little iffy. Oh, the book doesn't work for me. You have to follow it the way it says. When I say follow, it doesn't mean you have to follow the start time and the end time exactly how it is. So here, early morning, 7 a.m. So if your work schedule or your schedule, you wake up at a certain time, let's say 6 o'clock, you would do everything that this schedule in the book says, but just an hour earlier. That way it works for the time that you need it to, and you're still on schedule, or your child is still on schedule. For me personally, a schedule has just worked really well. It's worked well with my work schedule, with my husband's work schedule. And what I found is that Ava actually likes it too. It's funny, it's like she knows when everything is coming. She knows when her milk is coming. She knows when she needs to nap. And I found that she actually really likes it. She has, because of the schedule, she has learned to love nap time. She loves it. She's expecting it. She knows it's gonna happen. It's not something that is just randomly gonna happen and it's gonna feel like punishment. I feel that if I just randomly do things with Ava, she would take it like sort of as punishment. Like, why is this happening right now? But when she knows that it's coming, it's like, oh, yay, it's nap time. I'm used to this. Yay, I wanna go to sleep now. And she just likes it. So when she's happy, it makes me happy. It's great. I totally recommend this book, guys. It's called Baby Wise by Gary Izzo. I hope I'm not butchering that. And Robert Bucknam. Bucknam. That's it. But yes, totally love this book and I would recommend it to any parent. Actually, little story, when I went to swimming with Ava, I was just there talking to the other moms that were there, and we were just talking about our kids' schedules and when they started sleeping, and me and another mom said, oh, in my case, Ava started sleeping through the night at 6 weeks. 6 weeks she started sleeping, I would say 6 hours, which to me was good enough. I was like, thank God, hallelujah, woohoo, 6 weeks. 6 weeks, 6 hours, I was in heaven. And the other mom said that her child started sleeping at 10 weeks. And I was like, wow, you know, that's great, because to me at least, sleeping is like the best thing. If I have a picky eater, it sucks, but I prefer that over sleeping. Even though Ava's not a picky eater at all, she loves to eat, which is also another thing that I thank this book for, by the way. But anyway, back to my story. I said to the mom, you know, I follow this book called Baby Wise, and she looked at me when I said that with a face like, oh, me too! And me and her just had like this moment, and the other mom was looking at us like, I really wish I had that book right about now. So I'm telling you guys, you won't regret it. Get the book. You will thank me later. I promise. The last thing, guys, very last thing on the list, and this is more of a way of parenting. So everyone has their way of parenting. There's no right or there's no wrong. It is your child. You decide how you want to raise them. You decide how you want them to learn things, how you want them to understand things. But from my perspective, and what really, really helped me was at night when I would put Ava to sleep, if the Shusher wouldn't work, and if me feeding her extra milk wouldn't help her go to sleep, I would do the Ferber Method. Yes, I said it, the Ferber Method. I know some parents are like totally against that. And to some level, I get it. You know, you don't want to hear your child screaming and crying for 20 minutes, but we did that. And I'm not gonna lie, Al at first was not having it. He was totally against it. He would hear Ava crying for like 5 minutes and he would be like, we have to go get her, we have to go get her. And I would just say, please, let's have patience. Trust me, I think this is gonna work. And obviously, guys, before I even continue, I just wanna say that if your child is crying for more than a half hour, that's a different story. If they're getting red in the face, purple in the face because they're crying so much, that's a different story. Obviously, go get your baby. If you have a baby monitor, which I recommend having at their crib or bassinet, whatever the case is. If you have one with just sound, or if you have one with a video camera, it doesn't matter. I would just totally recommend a baby monitor of some sort. And if you hear them for a super long time crying and it's just been more than a half hour, more than 40 minutes, then yes, something must be wrong. Check their diaper, check if they want to eat more, check if they're comfortable, check if they're cold, check if they're too hot. There has to be something going on in that case. But if your baby is just crying for 10 to 15 minutes, it's not that big of a deal. Actually, doctors, pediatricians recommend it because of their vocal cords and all of that stuff. So I did the Ferber Method, and I would let Ava cry for 15 to 20 minutes, sometimes close to a half hour, but it literally lasted a week, and then it was fine after that. I'm not recommending this for right at the beginning. When your baby is a newborn, they need attention, they need love, they need to feel the mother, they need to feel that connection with their mom. But I think more along the lines of 5-6 weeks, that's when I started the Ferber Method with Ava. And obviously I was following the schedule during the day religiously. And I started the Ferber Method up until 5 weeks old. She was 5 weeks old. And I would just, again, let her cry, if she did, for 15 minutes. And I noticed that after a few days, I don't even think it was a week, it was like 3 or 4 days of that happening, she just stopped crying. We would do the schedule throughout the day. We would put her in bed, do everything that we had to do to make her comfortable before bed, which includes feeding, changing the diaper, love and attention, dressing her up warm, depending on the room temperature, and we would put her to sleep. And then we noticed that she just wouldn't cry. She was, one, expecting to go to sleep, which is why the schedule is so great. And two, she knew that no matter how much she cried, how loud she cried, we wouldn't go and get her. And then she would just go to sleep and accept it. Maybe that sounds a little harsh, but guys, I'm telling you, it works. A lot of people who try the Ferber Method love it. And I have to say, I am one of those people. I love it. And yes, I have to agree with my husband. At first, it was very, very hard to do, even for me. As a mother, listening to your child cry for 15 minutes or whatever the case is, it is really hard because a mother and even a father are natural, our natural way of being is to nurture our children and to go and get them when we feel like they're upset, when they're crying. So it was hard for me, it was hard for Al, but we just powered through it together. And now we have a child who sleeps through the night, sometimes 10 hours a night. Sometimes I could sense her wanting to go to sleep at night. Like when she's starting to get tired, she comes up to me, she's rubbing her eyes, and she's basically just telling me, Mommy, I want to go to sleep. And guys, I cannot stress enough or just tell you enough how amazing that is. I'm sure if you're a mom of a newborn, you know that you do not sleep at all, not one tiny bit, maybe 15 minutes here and there. And you will thank me if you follow these couple of steps. One thing I just want to point out is sometimes this doesn't work for every child. For every infant, every newborn, every baby is different. And I'm not saying that these things will work for your child, but I think it's worth a try. If it works, it works. And if it doesn't, you just have to try other avenues, other things. I would speak to your pediatrician, see what they recommend. So these are the things that worked for me, and I hope it works for you guys. I really do, because being a mom is not easy. It does not come with a manual. The baby does not pop out with a manual like, here you go, these are the instructions, Mommy. I know it does not work like that, but I hope this video really helps you from a mom to another mom. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to comment below, and I will try my best to reach out and answer any of your questions. If you liked today's video, please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the little bell button if you haven't already. If it says subscribed with the D at the end, that means you are subscribed. If it doesn't have the D at the end, that means you need to hit the bell button. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you next time. Bye.